Hello YouTube, you fallopian tube. Welcome to Dendrick's Evening Toy, the channel that could do with a woman's touch. Look at this place, it's filthy. So tonight we're going to be taking a look at the robot force, or Wei Jiang, Alcee, which bears a striking resemblance to Arcee. And that's what we're going to be comparing. So here's the cardboard box it comes in, and here's the back of the cardboard box it comes in. And inside that box comes this nice little package. And here you can see it's Wei Jiang. I don't know what, oh, I guess Robot Force is their lineup? I don't know. Nice little artwork there, picture of it. This isn't really accurate. Notice the black on here. This is akin to the Hasbro version. There is no black in those areas though. If you take a look on the back, this looks more like the Takara version, and it doesn't look like that either, as we'll see. And it also comes with these handy dandy instructions. And you can see in the instructions, she looks very Takara painted to me. I was actually going to think that this was just copied from the Takara instructions. However, they do show you all the detachable pieces here. So, I don't know what happened along the way to get her into this paint scheme. It's close enough for me, but I do wish it had been closer to this. I wish it had been just like the Takara. I'm going to do a few little modifications with the paint to get her looking like that. Yeah, and again here it's different, so yeah, it's kind of a shame that they didn't sort of go straight cartoon accurate or Takara accurate, but close enough. And hey, for 30 bucks you can't complain. And here's our lovely oversized Alcee. Oversized? Oh, I don't mean oversized in a bad way. I mean oversized in a very good way, very appropriate way, very right-sized, shall we say. Gotta be careful. These women are sensitive. And right away you notice these are die-cast thighs, which is nice. And right away you notice that the paint scheme is not as advertised. So the photos that I saw online all looked more like the Takara version, which is this lighter pink color scheme. And this one is not. This one has the pink on the thighs and no black. Luckily it's got the silver waist, which is cartoon accurate and similar to Takara. But it doesn't have white here, it has silver. Actually, you know, let me transform the this one and I'll go through the differences. So this one I'll transform this way. How do I do this? So it's pretty simple. Alright. Now, near as I can tell, it's kind of a blend of the Hasbro and the Takara versions. The paint scheme is probably overall more akin to Takara, which is good. Obviously the shade is darker on this knockoff version here. There's silver here like Hasbro rather than the all-white of Takara. This should be gray like this over here. The hands, this paint is all different. One of the good things, oh, and the pink shoes. One of the very good things, though, is the hands are the Takara or version 2 style, where they are fully open. They don't have that silly nub of plastic in there. I did a transfixed video when way back when the Hasbro version of Arcee came out, and it's kind of a terrible video, but I just showed you how to cut the excess plastic out of there so that you could put the gun all the way through. Not necessary on this one, thankfully. Now obviously the biggest difference here is the modified transformation. So this back piece, oh, and there's the other gun. This has been known to come in pink, black, gray, whatever color you can imagine. So these pieces, they do attach together through little pegs, and the whole thing just pegs into her hood here, and you can just take it off and use it. You could use it as a shield. The way you do that is to take this, I suppose, plug it into the back like it was for vehicle mode, where it's sort of an exhaust, I suppose, and then you can plug the other side of the pistol into her arm, forearm, and then you've got kind of a shield there. So that works alright if you want to do that. And again, you can detach this with the 2 pegs here, and you could have a like a smaller trunk shield, I guess. And you could, I don't know, maybe you can get creative and find other things to do with that. You can transform it with this all put together, but there's not any reason why you'd want to. So there's the hinge that just pegs into the back here when you're ready to transform it. And you can put all this back on if you want to. This is just to make it more cartoon accurate, where she's just got these 2 pieces hanging off the back here. So, a very good size, I should say. And let me bring in some other stuff to compare her to. So there's Alcee with her movie compatriots. So I think that's almost a perfect size. She's just a touch smaller than Hot Rod there, although we could stand him up a little more straight. And here with Cup, Springer, and Blur, fits in pretty well with that Springer from the Generations line. Cup and Blur, of course, are a little bit too small, but they're not really meant to fit in together. Springer is kind of a scale all to his own, but he's big enough that I suppose you could fit him in with a Masterpiece for now. Although there's lots of third-party Springers coming out, which is a good thing. Gotta get some Springer love. I'll just put him in closer so we can see. That's kind of a figure that's on the shelves now to give you an idea of her size. I think that pretty much covers most of the differences. The rest of them you can see with your own eyes there. And oh yeah, she does have light piping. Oh, I should note that the lips might appear a bit exaggerated. I've actually gone ahead and taken a red Sharpie and tried to add a bit of red to them. Before this, they were just plain pink. There was no red lip detailing on this version. So that's my own artistic attempts. So let's go ahead and transform this pink taco right here and see how she does. So transformation is pretty straightforward. Just separate this whole section here. Gonna loosen this back part up. This gives me grief. After I say it's simple, then I struggle with it. Okay, here we go. It goes like this. It's a bit weird without all the parts in place. These are kind of on a very stiff double joint. It's a shame we never got a G1 Arcee. I did see some design sketches on the internet. One of the ideas was pretty good. They were going to repaint Chrome Dome into Arcee. I think that that would have worked out okay. Chrome Dome's a bit chunky, but I think it would have worked all right. So this is pretty much the extent of the transformation. And of course it looks silly without all the pieces on, but in case you're wondering, that is what she looks like. Need to free up these wheels a little bit here. And then you can do these separately or attach them. You just have to find the hip joint or whatever that is. That goes in there and sort of secures the legs in place. And then this just plugs into the hood to cover up her face. No! And there you go. You are ready to play the pink trombone all the way to the bank. This actually doesn't line up perfectly, so let me see if I can get this in here. You know, I probably should have done this piece first. There. I can't actually get these to tab in when it's in vehicle mode, but I may be doing something wrong. It's been known to happen. Okay, so I didn't have that squeezed in quite all the way. I can straighten out these wheels so that they spin freely. And there's Alcee in the vehicle mode. A little tip about transforming it back. You want to be careful pulling this hood off so you don't break anything. So what I would do is push this part down so you can get your finger underneath here and then push it up closer to the pegs. And that's a safe way to detach it. This part, you just have to wiggle it out here. Maybe we should be careful with this part too, actually. Just try to pull it straight out. Ooh. Scary. Let's take another look and a comparison of the vehicle mode. Here is Alcee in car mode, the Cybertronian car, and I think she looks really good. This is a little Autobot emblem again that I've stuck on there myself. She rolls pretty well. The transformation was pretty simple. Let's look at her next to her Takara counterpart. So again, you can see the differences there. No racing stripe on the side on the Takara version. Of course, the Autobot emblem, we wouldn't expect to see that. So it's got some similarities to Hasbro and some to Takara. It's got a bit of a vent here, which is kind of neat. I just noticed that now. So you can see the paint differences here. The headlights, the front grille, the pink on the thighs again, and the cockpit here, this being silver instead of gray. The only part I would complain about really is I've got a bit of a paint blemish. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it looks like they've touched it up maybe after there was a problem. There's the black wheels underneath. It does have painted taillights like the original, which is nice. And again, there's kind of a reverse pink coloring going on here. And inside, you can see there's a black floor and dashboard with a white steering wheel. And let's see here. Fits our little guys. You can almost fit the Masterpiece Daniel in there, but not quite. Maybe, I suppose if you bend his knees. Spike is a little bit bigger, so he would have a harder time, but Daniel you might be able to get in there. Daniel and Arcee were pretty tight in the Headmasters cartoon. No, he's not going to quite fit in there unless you just sort of lay him down like that. And for more size comparison, there she is with the Titan's Return hot rod and a G1 hot rod. So pretty good scale. She's a little bit larger than these, but she should be since it's supposed to fit in with the Masterpiece scale. So of course you can fit the pistol here. You can put the other guns. You can put any of the guns in the back like this. You can also put these swords here. Bit of a tight fit. But it can be done, you just can't really touch them afterwards. Anyway, rolls well, looks good. I like it. For 30 bucks, you can't really go wrong. So that is the Wei Jiang Oversized Arcee. I mean, Alcee. I see what they're doing now. This is a knockoff of Arcee. Yep. No getting around it. But yeah, it's a good deal. Still on sale at TF Direct. That's tf-direct.com if you're interested. That's where I got it. I don't know where else you can get it, but probably other places. Anyway, thanks for watching, and thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Never mind.